Hey, this PoeticWhiz. I'm going to talk about the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Series. As I'm someone who prefers Samsung over any other Android smartphone, I feel Samsung has done something great. I know I'm not someone who's into AI and all that stuff, but I personally feel the improvements are much higher compared to the previous model. I'm not saying Samsung is someone who has been lagging behind or not even innovating at all. I feel those are the Samsung only company from the inception who has been innovating no matter how far or how. Samsung has always been ahead of its competitors from the inception. You look at Samsung from 2011 to 2024, you will come to realize that Samsung is only company that learned from its own mistakes and tried to improve upon it. And there's no such thing as good or bad when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy S24 series. Since S23 series is as same as the S24 series in my regard. The only differentiation, or I would say this, the chipset. This year, in some countries or in some places in the world, they are using the Exynos chips over the Snapdragon chips. I'm not still sure, but I feel here in India they are using the Exynos variant, and maybe in Singapore as well. Mostly in the Asian countries, they are using the Exynos variant and not the Snapdragon variant. If you consider, if you're someone who's like me who's still not sure if Snapdragon is good or Exynos is good, there's one thing I have come to realize when I use the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE series. The overheating on that phone was insane. I mean, I used it just for casual use and the heat I could feel in my hand. The full phone was, what do you say, full of heat. I feel when I was using the S23 FE, I feel I was using the Exynos variant of it because I could feel that hotness in the phone and the heat. I was just using casually, but I feel that's something a phone should never have come. No matter if it's a budget friendly or if it is at any price point, let it be 50k or 500 bucks. A phone should not heat even for a casual use, at least until you're gaming or watching videos for that matter, or you doing light editing. I know not many people do photo editing or video editing on smartphones, but that's become a norm in some ways or another. But yeah, creatives are work, not taking everything, etc. But that's when I realized Exynos was not that great compared to Snapdragon. And I feel my take on the Samsung Galaxy S24 SE is a bit not mixed bag, but personally I feel there's nothing drastic improvement if I keep aside the AI features and all that it has to offer. Yep, there are few things that are great, especially in the connectivity side or calling side, I would personally say. Since I'm someone who does not like to have a call, I'm a person who rather text than rather have a one-to-one conversation with anyone on phone. I rather text is my safe zone, I would say personally. So with Samsung Galaxy S24 series, the improvement they're making over AI and voiceover, that's something I feel should become a norm and should be available in all smartphones no matter what. There are a few reasons why I'm saying this, but I don't want to get myself deep into it. There are a whole lot of internet reasons, or not internet reasons. There are a lot of reasons as to why I feel the way Samsung is approaching all these with the AI features, they're moving in the right direction, I feel personally. And I feel what Samsung is doing, I feel every other manufacturer should add on their smartphone, regardless of your copy C plus V or whatever. Innovation is innovation, but still, C plus V we all do, no matter what in life. And yeah, so yeah, coming to Samsung Galaxy S24 series. If you look at the S23 series versus the S24, nothing has changed. Only the chipset has become a bit different. I mean, it differs from where you're purchasing the S24 series or the S23 series. The chipset really matters if you're buying the Exynos variant or Snapdragon variant. If you're buying the Snapdragon variant, you're all good for it, all in good spirits. Whereas I feel this Exynos variant is something I feel one must avoid buying. At least not to a point where the heat is good enough that you feel like having the phone for a longer duration, then be like, okay, this is too much, I cannot bear the heat on the phone. So that sort of thing should never happen while using a phone for a very longer duration. I'm saying at least 30 minutes in or 40 minutes in, the phone should not heat. That's my main way of to detect or to know if the phone is really good or no. If the phone can cool up itself after some time, then I feel it's okay to have the heating issues. But apart from it, no, I don't feel. Yeah, there's something I really think. I'm not sure if this is Samsung being Samsung or Samsung trying to be Apple again. But the color waves on the Samsung S24 series and the S23 series, in my regards, they're okay, but they are not Samsung in my opinion. I feel Samsung is moving somewhat to a luxury sort of color scheme. I'm more, if I have to put it in context, like the fashion industry, where if you look at the luxurious bags, clothes, Samsung is moving that, taking that approach. I feel, whereas Apple has never taken that approach, where they have used the color waves in a way that resemble us in some way. Apple has taken the more classy approach, the old school way, whereas Samsung is taking it more in the fashion industry side of things when it comes to color schemes and all that. At least that's what I feel in the last 24 months. Whatever Samsung has done with its product, let it be in budget segment, mid range, or even the high end for that matters. As for the design language, this is something about what I really loved of Samsung product. Design, they have never left a beat out. I mean, the Samsung is one company I would appreciate when it comes to design of smartphone. First would be Pixel in my regards, then Samsung, and then any other company for that matters. But yes, design wise, it's still better in my. And yeah, before before I forget, the boxier design the S24 has, I feel that's great. It almost resembles like using an iPhone, but a Frankenstein version of iPhone, and Samsung if had a baby or whatever. A Frankenstein version basically of Android and iOS in one phone. At least that's what I feel. As for the software side of things, I feel I've seen more improvement in software side of things what Samsung had done. I cannot deep dive into the One UI 6 and what all it has to offer, but so far whatever I have seen via One UI 6, I've come to really appreciate it. At least whatever so far I have seen and used it personally, for that matters. As for the usage of S24 SE, I feel never spent. Yeah, one more thing I feel, at least here in India, but I don't know other parts of the world. I really appreciate Samsung bumping up the storage. I know 256 is a bit overkill for my own needs, but having that as a basic, as a base storage is still better than 128 GB. But still, I feel this one move where I feel getting the Samsung Galaxy S24 series over the S23 series. One thing, if you are considering storage to be a main priority over how the phone performs and all the stuff. As for the pricing, Samsung being Samsung, it's decent enough. I'm not saying the pricing is haywire or pricing is bad. I feel if you look at the storage options and the price what you are getting and the repair cost and everything, if you take this consideration, if you take this all factors together, you're getting a great phone. No matter what, at least if you compare it to the iPhone 15 series or even the regular iPhone 15 for that matter. If you ask me if I had to go and purchase for myself a Samsung Galaxy now, I would go the S23 route, but somewhere deep down I would feel the S24 is the one for me to get, especially the regular models. And yes, coming to the Ultra, I feel I'm someone not who's into the Ultra side of things, but I feel the boxier design and something that over the years what Samsung has been actually, if you ask me, when the Note series was launched by Samsung, I really come to appreciate it. But now looking at the Ultra model, I feel this S24 Ultra is the one you should get over the previous Ultra model. I think that's what I feel in my regards. I know there are no any cool features or anything that Samsung might have baked in the S Pen series, but at least I feel they are more focusing on both the hardware side and the software side of things. I'm not okay. I'm mentioning this since this is a Samsung video and this is something I'm mentioning. In this past 2 years, I've seen Samsung give a tremendous boost in software side of things. Let it be old phones, new phones, or the ones coming up. They're given longevity, the support, the OS support. I feel they are slowly. I'm not sure if they're not rushing it into software update of things like Apple does, or they're slowing down things with the software side of things. At least that's what I feel, because in the past 2 years they have. You can see the updates coming regularly, either month wise or 3 months wise, whatever. But now I don't see that updates coming anymore. At least that's what I feel. As for the camera side of things, Samsung has always had great cameras. As for audio, everything has been decent in my regards. My only gripe is the chipset, at least here in India, and second, the color options. Color waves are not something I'm too happy about. But if you look into the storage and the price, it's still reasonable in some aspect if you ask me. Apart from that, I would suggest you to save a bit money and get the S23 series over the S24 series or even you can get the the Samsung F series. Those are still better. And yes, get the SE series only if it is from the last 2 years, not after that, not somewhere around 2019, nothing like that. Don't get those FE series. Because I feel, or at least there's a screen grab of the phone which I'm saying not to buy over the one FE series which I feel you should buy. If you are someone who wants to save a bit more money and still get all the Samsung features without going for the pro variants or the premium, whatever, the high-end Samsung series or smartphones, at least in my regard. Do let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy S24 series and are you considering getting one for yourself. Till then, this is your PoeticWhiz. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Live your dream.